Good morning, church. It's just another week and cannot wait to be able to be with you all. I think I've probably gotten a little more stir crazy this past week than I had before. Just ready to be around my family. And it's during times like this that levels of anxiety can increase and life can kind of get a little scary. I tell the teens quite often that a lot of times the anxiety that we feel in our lives is produced from the sins that we find ourselves living in. And I always tell them that sin, no matter how innocent it might seem, or even in the moment seem beneficial to them, will do nothing but produce more anxiety, more frustration, and even depression within their lives. It's not hard to see. You look around people around you whose lives are a mess because of sin. They find themselves living in an anxiety that they desperately need to be rescued from. And I read something just the other day that because of this virus and because of the stay-at-home orders that are in place, people have found themselves with an increased amount of anxiety, and they have then turned to addictions, whether they were past addictions or new addictions, and they've turned to patterns of behavior that are just not healthy. Church, we find ourselves in a kind of scary time. Whether we're not afraid of this virus or not, there's potential for this virus to affect us in ways that we never imagined would happen. When our anxieties increase, when our fears take over, and when we turn to things other than God to fill those voids, we find ourselves in a very scary place. But there's hope. We have a God of all comfort, a God of all peace, who desires for us to throw our anxieties and cares upon Him. And so, church, with the help of some friends, I wanted to give you a little encouragement this morning and just to hear from the words of God Himself. Love you, church.
Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice.
Rejoice.
And rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near.
The Lord is near.
The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything.
Do not be anxious about anything.
Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God,
And the peace of God,
And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, whatever is true,
whatever is noble,
whatever is right,
whatever is lovely,
whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things.
whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you.
The God of peace will be with you.
and the Lord of peace will always be with you.